This is the story of Captain Lester Wass, a Gloucester native, U.S. Marine, and one of the city's most decorated war heroes. Lester was born here in Gloucester, June 25, 1886. The city at that time was the country's biggest and busiest fishing port. Many great schooners and captains fished the Grand Banks for the mighty cod, haddock, and other fish. If fishing was Cape Ann's heart, granite was the soul. Rockport granite can be found in Washington, D.C. and on the streets of Havana, Cuba. The quality of our granite made men rich and famous. Lester was born on Warner Street. He attended the Collins School and Gloucester High School. In 1907, he entered Dartmouth College. In 1909, Lester passed the examination for acceptance into the Marine Officer Program at Port Royal, South Carolina. While a student of the school, the candidate studied a variety of subjects: military law, signaling, close order drill, rifle and pistol marksmanship, and naval gunnery. Of the 57 men who began the class, 27 graduated. Among them were future Commandant A.A. Vandergrift and the first Marine aviators A.A. Cunningham and Roy Geiger. After officer school, China was Lester's first duty station, providing security to the American legations in Peking. After a short leave at home, Lester Wass returned late to his ship and spent 5 days confined to the limits of the ship. Following that, in Mexico, the Americans defended the flag. Several American sailors had been arrested for a crime they did not commit. They were later released without an apology to the American government. Later, Marines landed and restored order to Veracruz. Lieutenant Wass was commended for his handling of a machine gun in action against Mexican rebels. Following service in Mexico, sea duty aboard the USS Washington. Aboard ship, Marines provided security for the captain and vital supplies, and in battle manned the ship's 5-inch close-water guns. In 1916, the United States was attempting to establish colonial possessions in the Caribbean. Haiti, a small country which had been ruled by the French and English at various times in its history, was without a government and in chaos. Marines landed and chased rebels into the hills. Peace was somewhat restored and a new government was installed. Sharing the island with Haiti, Santo Domingo, now known as the Dominican Republic, also shared similar troubles with revolutionaries. Again, Marines landed to protect Americans living there and to allow a government to be established. Meanwhile, in Europe, war had been raging for 3 years. England and France were mired in a war of attrition with Germany and the Central Powers. Thousands of men on both sides had died in mass charges against machine guns. The European war had gone underground, with opposing forces fighting in trenches only yards from each other. Germany had instituted a program of unrestricted submarine warfare, resulting in the sinking of many American ships. In April 1917, President Wilson entered the war against Germany. Lester was promoted to captain and commanded the 18th Company of Marines, headed for France. In May 1918, the Germans made major attacks all along the battle lines. The Marines were rushed to plug gaps in these lines left by the retreating French. The Marines were dumped in woods that later became known as the Wood of the Marine Brigade. The German attack was stopped cold here after vicious fighting in the wood formerly known as Belleau Wood. Following these battles, Lester received the Distinguished Service Cross for his bravery in action during service in Belleau Wood. Following the battles in Belleau Wood, the Marines were sent to the rear for rest. Following a short rest, they were rushed up to the front yet again for a major attack on German lines in the area of Soissons. After an all-night march through pouring rain and lightning storms, the Marines engaged the Germans in a surprise attack at 4:30 a.m. on July 18, 1918. They caught the Germans completely by surprise and ran over their front lines. Following these victorious battles, the Marines believed again that they were going to the rear for a rest. Later that night, another attack was ordered, and at the beginning of this attack, Lester was killed in an explosion as he's crouched reading a map. Lester died on July 19, 1918 in Varzy, France, of wounds suffered the night before. He's buried in France at one of the many American cemeteries, which are the final resting place of many American war dead. In 1921, a group of veterans of the World War got together and formed American Legion Post No. 3, which is now at the Forbes Schoolhouse at the head of Washington Street in Gloucester. They chose Captain Lester Wass to have the post named in his memory as the most decorated veteran of that war. Today, at the head of Washington Street, the American Legion Post No. 3 proudly stands as a reminder of American veteran service in all wars.